Hey, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a vlog type video in the classroom. I got a request, a couple of them on Instagram, asking about what my day looks like in a kindergarten classroom. So I'm going to take you along. I'm going to actually film this a couple of times throughout the week because I don't do the same thing every day. Some days I do center, some days I do whole group. So I'm going to show you the activities that I do, and I'll take you along the classroom and show you that. All right, so let's get started. So I wanted to share with you and go over my lesson plans and give you a peek at my week. So Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I do centers, and then Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I do readers workshop and writers workshop. So I feel the kids need to have a good idea of how to do centers and work in small groups. And I also think it's important for them to do whole group as well, because it is full day kinder, and I'm trying to get them ready for first grade. So I want them to be able to be exposed to both. So with my centers, I have 6 centers and 6 rotations. I have a red group, yellow, blue, green, orange, and purple. I usually level them. And I have about 3 to 4 kids in each group, and it works really well. I have integrated centers, which means I integrate all the subjects together. I don't just have one set time for literacy centers and then another time for math centers. I put it all together, and it works really well. So for Mondays, they have a journal writing center. And this one, I do give them a model in morning meetings, so they kind of have an idea of what they're supposed to do. And then other days, I do let them do free writing. So, but in order to get a star or a sticker on their journal, it has to have the correct mechanics. So a capital at the beginning, spaces in between the words, and punctuation, and a picture to match along with the date. So that's their journal center. Phonics, they have a book called Do You Know Your Alphabet? And it has a lot of different phonics activities. They do about 1 to 2 pages per day, or not per day, but every time we do centers. And then I have a guided reading table. That's usually a table I'm at. So I have the kids reading leveled books, books in their level. And then we practice certain skills. Right now we're on word families. And then I also give them the books that we're going to be using for our readers workshop. I kind of front load them so they know exactly what's going to be happening, and they have an idea of what the book is going to be about, and they can start looking for those sight words. So we will go over those as well. iPads, I let them do either Starfall or iReady for this week. I have an IB center because we're in IB school. And so our topic this week is past and present. So I put together some packets of activities, and they'll be completing those at that center. And then my math table, that's where my aide is at. When she's here, she helps the kids at the math table. And so I use the curriculum, which is an interactive page. And then I created some number booklets so the kids can practice writing their numbers. So I give them a different skill every week for like a follow-up activity. And right now we're doing numbers 1 to 50, so that I'm having them practice in their booklets, writing their numbers independently on their own. And then I usually have some math games that they can use after they're done. So With every center, the goal is to have some follow-up activities as well, because some kids get done at different times, and that's totally fine. Tuesdays is Reader's Workshop. I do a lot of modeling, and we talk about the skill. Then the students can practice independently, then some partner practice, and then they get a chance to share. Wednesdays, Writer's Workshop. I typically like them to write about the topic that we're learning. So since we're on past and present, I'll probably have them write something with the past and present. Other times I will pick something else for them to write about. It just depends on the week and what we're learning about. I try and link it together so the kids can make connections with their learning. So I do a lot of modeling, then they get to practice on their own, partner practice, and then a closing and sharing. Thursdays, back to centers. Again, same rotations, just different. Sometimes the activities may differ, sometimes they stay the same. And then Fridays also centers. Now Thursdays and Fridays are really good days for me to do assessments. I try and do a lot of differentiated homework, so that's when I assess the kids to give them different items in their homework folder that they can practice over the weekend. I usually do homework Friday to Friday. So I hand it out on Friday and it's due the following Friday. And a lot of parents like that because it gives them time on the weekend to practice the skills as well. So that's my assessment times when they come to my center, as well as the guided reading. And that tends to work really well. So that's a peek at my week. This is like the bulk of my lesson plans. My lesson plans are about 4 to 5 pages, so this is not all of it. This is just a portion of it. This is the portion I refer to the most though, so I wanted to share that with you. But if you have any questions or would like to see a video on just my lesson plans itself and how I plan and the process that I go through, just leave me a comment below or let me know on with an Instagram message or email me, and I can do a full video. That would take a lot longer. I didn't want to do the whole thing in this video, so I can if you're interested. So that is a peek at my week, and I love these lesson plans. It works really well. I have a template already on my computer. So again, if you have any questions, just let me know. So for my Reader's Workshop, I use a lot of different materials. I don't do a typical Reader's Workshop. I do it a little bit differently, but mostly I just have the kids read in different ways. I use different strategies, and they get exposed to a lot of different books. So I do use the curriculum for the first part of our Reader's Workshop, so I model with my big book. The kids have their little books that they get to use. So we do that. We go over a lot of different skills, sight words, blending, whatever skill it is for the week, and then they get a chance to go and practice. So after we do that, they get to do some partner time, and then we reflect and talk about what we've learned, talk about the story, we do comprehension, and again, we review skills. And then I give the kids a chance to come up and read and take turns with the pointer. They love the pointers, and usually I keep those right over here. Those are the pointers. I have more, but those are the two we've been using this week. And then after that, I give them a little break, like a Go Noodle break. Then we come back and we do some close reading. So I use these booklets here, the Wonder Series Close Reading Companion. And whatever story we're on, it usually tells you right there in the corner, and it's a corresponding book that goes with it. So we read that, and we do a couple pages in their closed reading books. And then again, have a little break. And then after we reconvene, I usually go over a read aloud. So this week we're really talking about a lot of the holidays. So this book has a lot of cool explanations of the different holidays that people celebrate. And then whatever other read alouds I have from the library, I will read to the kids. And that kind of concludes my Reader's Workshop. So it's a kind of a lot of different processes in one. And I wanted to come back real quick and show you the student version. So I have my big book that I use to model, and then each student gets their own version of the book. So that's what they use to practice their reading and their sight words and their blending. So those are really cute. And we're on Unit 4, and it goes all the way to 10. So after Reader's Workshop, or actually kind of in between throughout Reader's Workshop, the kids get a few brain breaks because they really need it. They need to get up and move and get their energy out and kind of reset. So they love Go Noodle, and their favorite video right now is Milkshake. So if you haven't seen that, if your kids haven't done it, I highly recommend it. It will stick in your head, but it's really cute and the kids really love it. So I'll show you a little bit of that.
Can everyone do it? Waffle! A sticky, sticky waffle!
A mozzarella pizza!
A mozzarella pizza!
So it's lunchtime now, and I'm sitting here trying to work on some elf hats. I thought it would be really cute for the kids to make some elf hats for next week since it's the week before we go on break. Usually I like to do the reindeer hats. I kind of want to change it up this year, so we'll see how that goes. And I'll show you a little bit right now of how I'm prepping for that. So I'm just kind of starting with some templates here first. I have the colors that I need, and I printed off a picture from Pinterest, so I'm going to kind of go off of that. We'll just kind of see where that goes. And then at the same time, I'm trying to get some plans ready for the day that we go off for break. It's a minimum day, and I want to kind of do some fun stuff. So everything starts with a sticky. So I usually write down all my ideas on a sticky note. I transfer that to my holiday planner, and then we go from there. I also, excuse me, I also do have alternative activities for those who don't celebrate Christmas. The week before, I do go over a lot of different cultures and how they celebrate this time of year. So I try and be very inclusive. But this year, the majority of my kids do celebrate, so we're gonna go ahead and plan some things. But again, I still want them to learn about other cultures and what other people celebrate, because I think that's really important for them to have that global awareness. So we will go over that. So I can link this planner also below in case you're interested, so you know where to get one of those. And we will go from there. These are the headbands we made for our play tonight. We're doing the Little Red Hen. So we'll be performing that. It is a super cute play. It has a lot of really cute songs, and it's really easy for the kids to learn. But the only thing is the songs just stick in my head forever, and I just keep replaying them and replaying them, but I'm sure that'll end soon because we have another performance coming up in another couple weeks. So we'll get started on that after. I want to get through this play first, and then we'll start getting ready for our next performance. So these were super fun to make. The kids had a good time. We're gonna do our rehearsal this morning, and then we will perform tonight. So I think everything will go great. So our play just ended, and it actually went really well. I was hoping for the best. We kind of rushed it. We maybe practiced for maybe 2 weeks. And then we went on Thanksgiving break, and then we came back, and I was really worried that they were gonna forget all their parts and all the songs, and they didn't. So they did really well. We had good turnout. It was pouring rain today, and we knew that that was gonna happen. We also thought about canceling, but then we thought, no, let's just go ahead and go with it. So I'm glad that we did, and it went really well. The kids did a really good job, and the parents loved it, and they were really excited. So I'm glad that's over. I'm glad they did a great job, but now it's on to the next. We have our winter show coming up in about a week and a half, so I'm gonna start that tomorrow, having them practice. We're gonna do It's a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong, and I teach them the sign language. So they do the song with the signing, and it's super cute, but it takes a lot of preparation. So we'll start that tomorrow. To show you all the really cute snowmen that are finished, and I finally hung them up. So I really like to use the walls in the classroom. I'm really known for that. I really like doing that, but sometimes I run out of room. So what I've been doing is I use my windows and the blinds, and I just use paper clips. And that way I get the most out of my space. So they came out really nice, and I really like them. I'll keep them up maybe for a couple more weeks, and then maybe when we get back from break, I'll start taking them down and we'll replace it with something else. Okay, so for today we will be doing Writer's Workshop, and what I do with that is the kids all have a journal. And then for the first part of it, they do use a frame. So I relate to the frame to our theme. So our theme is past and present. So they'll be using a frame to write about the past and the present. And then after that, they can do the picture, the date, make sure they have all their mechanics in there, like the capital spaces, punctuation, And then after that, they share it with the partner usually, and then they can go ahead and share it with the class. After that, I give them another round of the workshop where they get to write about what they want. So it's more like free writing. So again, they go through the same structure on their own, and then with the partner, and then sharing. That's pretty much how I do it. After that, they take a Go Noodle break, of course. We come back, and then we go over more mechanics, and I do a lot more modeling with the different type of writing, like sentence writing and then also shared writing. So that's how it works. I will show you the frame that I use right now. So for the first part of our writer's workshop, I give the kids a frame. They're used to using frames. So we do this first, and then the second portion of our writer's workshop, I let them do the writing on their own. They get to create their own sentence. So we're talking about the past and present for our theme. So the sentence frame is the blank is from the past, period. The blank is from the present. So they know with the blanks that they just fill in their answer, and they do really well with that. So after they do that, they make sure they have the date and a picture to go along with it, and then they put it in their cubbies, or sometimes I collect it and hang them up. For writer's workshop, I usually do one of two things. Sometimes I use regular paper like this with the big lines, also a place for their picture, and then a little rubric at the bottom for them. So I use that sometimes, and then other times I do use their journal. Just showing you a blank one right now just for privacy reasons, but usually I have their name on a label and I place that on the top right here in this portion. So these are some examples that the kids during their free writing, what they wanted to write about. So this student wrote, my family has a Christmas tree. And then this person said, I like my dog. And this student said, I see my fish. So they have a chance to write on their own. And so that was their free writing portion today. I just wanted to show you a few examples and show you what I use for their writing. These are gifts that the students bought at our gift shop. We have a gift shop going on for the next couple of weeks, so the kids get to go in there and buy some gifts for their family and their friends, and I think it's really cute. So they get really excited and they come in here and they put it away and they take it home when it's time to go home. So they've been shopping all week, and I'm pretty sure it will continue. So today is Friday, Fun Friday. We have a lot of cool things to do. I will be doing a day of centers. I have 6 rotations. I'll show you those in a minute. We also have reading buddies coming where the 4th graders come and read to my kindergartners, and they absolutely love that. So we do that for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then later on today, I do have Fun Friday. What I do for Fun Friday is I set out games, and the kids are in groups and they get to go and rotate throughout the games. And they can only get the Fun Friday if they did not get in the penalty box. So if you look right here behind me, that's my penalty box right here, this way. And there are no names in it. So that means everyone gets to do Fun Friday today, and they all get to go to their games. The penalty box is I write their name in that little piece of paper, put a sheet protector on it so I can erase it, and they have to earn their name out letter by letter. And I really make them work hard to get out of the penalty box. So usually I don't really have kids in it. Every once in a while I might, but they really try and work hard to get out of it. So we will be doing games later on today. And that's pretty much it. So right now I'm going to show you my centers and what I have planned today. So at the math center, I usually use the curriculum, and we have 2. So I kind of go back and forth. Right now we're going to be doing these sheets, and they're really cool. They kind of fold out this way. So they do this side, and then they'll do the inside. And then after they're done with that, I like them to practice writing their numbers, so I made like a number booklet. They write 1 to 50, a number in each box. After they finish this booklet, they get one that goes up to 100. And then if they finish that and they still have time at their center, they're allowed to do math games that I set out at the tables. And again, I can do a video on that later on the math games. At their writing center today, they're going to do free writing. They can write about whatever they want, and they're going to use their journals. And then for phonics, this is the phonics book that I use, and they've done a lot in here so far, so they'll do about 2 pages in this book. For past and present today, I have some pictures up here that I'm going to take down, and I have some more, and I'm going to have them sort those, past and present, and do a couple activities with that, items from the past, items from the present. And then for iPads, I will have them do I think today we'll do Starfall for a little bit, and then I will put them on iReady. Maybe I'll let them do Teach Your Monster to Read. They really enjoy that. Usually on Fridays I let them do that. So I'll probably do that today. And then, let's see, I think that's all. That's all their centers. It is raining today, so they'll probably have inclement weather. I will do some Go Noodle. And that's pretty much it. So we'll do that throughout the day. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below and I will get back to you. Until next time, take care. Bye.